there was a question, and the question says, "What's the reason for binge eating?" Binge eating is actually, well, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
no. Like, you go ahead and talk, and then I'll talk about why I binged ate.
Actually, I want to hear you. I want to hear that first. I want to hear that.
For me, it was an emotional thing. Okay, there's something called emotional eating. So we have people who would eat and then they would throw up their food intentionally, and then we have people who all they will do is just eat, 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 eat. And I didn't realize that I was doing that. I didn't do this for a long time. It was like a period, like, let me say about a month or a two, because I noticed, I'm like, why am I just eating so much? And then I realized that I ate whenever I felt a certain way about a certain thing. I was taking, just as Dr. T said, you have to be intentional. So I noticed that whenever I had this conversation with da 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 da, or whenever I did da 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 da, or whenever whatever, I noticed, boom, I'm reaching out for food, and not just little stuff. I'm reaching out I remember the day that I went all the way from Westchester to the Bronx because I just had to eat that cow foot. I had to eat the foot of a cow. I had to. And it wasn't even like Nigerian, it was Ghanaian, which I don't eat. I'm not from Ghana. But then, like, you start having all kinds of cravings. This has nothing to do with your period. This has nothing to do with hormones. No, you know that there's something unusual here. And I started to track it, and I realized, okay, so this is my mind's way of escaping. So sometimes, like, some people binge eat because they are escaping a situation, just as some people will masturbate, or some people would just go out and kill people, or some people would just sleep for 3 days. You've decided to eat.
Yes. So
and
that's
you're just eating. Yeah. It's very dangerous.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, that's powerful. There is what we call emotional eating, and yes, so binge eating coming from the mental aspect is just eating excessive amount of food within a short period of time. So we say within an hour, 2 hours, you're eating, something that a plate that is something that is more than you would be able to eat, or in front of people. A lot of times when people are binge eating, they don't do it in front of people because it's excessive, and they continue to do that. Now, the difference between that and other eating disorders is there's no there's no compensation. So they're not exercising or dieting or trying to, any bulimic kind of episodes where they're trying to throw up or anything like that. They're just eating a significant amount of food within a 2-hour period. And, so that's significant. And so, yes, emotional eating, again, all of this comes down to your emotions, your psychological being. What are you dealing with, right? And there are medical conditions. I always say, you do your medical first, and then you address the mental as well. So we have to make sure that there is no medical, situation that is predisposing you to this, which if there is, that needs to be addressed. So whatever needs to be addressed at that point in time, that can be addressed.
Thank you for watching the Dr. Tola Show. I'm sure you've enjoyed this episode, which has been educational, inspiring, and bringing more mental health awareness on the Dr. Tola Show. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe right here. If you don't want to miss anything that we're doing, anything we're talking about, stories that are more inspiring, that educational, make sure you continue to subscribe on the link here. Thank you guys, Dr. Tola.